Hi, how are you? Welcome to this video from our podcast channel called Gumball Sports Machine. If this is your first time here, well, if you could go ahead and hit that like, hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. If you like this clip, we go live and you can catch us live. But here's a segment from our most recent podcast. Like and subscribe, like my OG says. Thank you. All right, let's stick with SGA for a few minutes. He was awarded the MVP award. And this was his back-to-back MVP award, and obviously coming out the Finals MVP, and the kind of rise that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been on since he has become a part of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, we know in that trade that was made for Paul George, so that Paul George can go team up with Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, we saw who that worked out for, and we saw who that definitely did not work out for. SGA has kind of added a lot to his resume over the past few years. Again, MVP, now a two-time MVP, Finals MVP, NBA champion, All NBA, and he has another opportunity to go win another championship this year, as well as another Finals MVP. And I've been seeing this conversation all over the place, D'Lo, in terms of has SGA come into the conversation of top 10 players? Excuse me. Top 15 players of all time. Where would you rank SGA right now in terms of the greatest players of all time? Or if he's even in that conversation of being within the top 20?
Hey, D-Lo, before you go, you couldn't go the whole episode without Jamal rage baiting us, man.
I know, and I know, but this conversation is so stupid, and I don't know why we're having it. It's so stupid. No, he's nowhere close to a top 10 player. He's nowhere close. There's so many guys that I would still take. I don't even know if I would say he's top 20.
Yeah, I don't think I'd say that either.
Okay, I get it. He's got 2 MVPs. He's got a ring. That's all cool and dandy. Not everyone has an MVP. But to say that he's a top 10 player of all time because he has 2 MVPs and a ring? Are we serious? Are we serious?
People have been glazing it.
Kobe's got 5 of them, and everyone puts him like around 8.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Tim Duncan has an MVP and multiple rings, and people put him around that range too. Are we saying he's better on not even better, on the same level as a Tim Duncan or a Kobe?
No.
Then why are we having this combo?
You know what?
I'm getting irked. I'm getting irked. I really am.
Let me rephrase this question, and D'Lo, that's kind of the response that I'm glad that you gave, because again, I'm
glad you can get a clip out of this. I'm so glad you can get a clip out of this.
that was kind of the response I was kind of looking for, because a lot of people have been kind of glazing him a little bit. Kyson, let me rephrase the question to you.
They're not glazing, they're slobbering so hard. Yeah. Oh my Lord.
Where would you rank SGA in terms of point guards? Would you say he's in the top 10 greatest point guards of all time? Obviously, that conversation starts with Magic Johnson. It starts with Steph Curry. It starts with guys like Steve Nash and Jason Kidd and Isaiah Thomas and Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. Westbrook. Would you put SGA above any of those guys? John Stockton. Would you put SGA above any of those guys in NBA history? And is he a top 10 point guard of all time?
Man, that's a tough one. When you look at the top 10 point guards, Magic and Curry, 1 and 2, wherever you want to have them, both have 4+ rings, multiple MVPs. Then you go down from there. You got Stockton, who just has all the stats you can ever have ever for point guard. No rings though, no MVPs. IT, 2 chips, no MVPs. Rush, MVP. CP, I think he's second or third in all-time assists. Second or third in all-time steals. J Kidd made it to multiple finals, never got an MVP. Made it won one ring at the end of his career. Man, I think you have to put him in top 10, man. Honestly. No, now I don't look at him as a point guard. I just don't. Now, obviously, I have no choice but to because he's been playing point guard for the past 4 to 5 seasons. But I still don't see him as a point guard. I still think they can go get like Jerry McCain next year might be. He's obviously more of a burner guy, but I genuinely think that later on in SGA's career, he's gonna move over to the two. Well, move back over to the two because he came into the league as a point guard, but Doc made him a two guard.
Yep.
And then CP was like, no. Let's go back to that point guard. So I can see him being that kind of James Harden type of thing where he's playing one position and then transition to the other. But for right now, I think you have to put him in the top 10. Multiple MVPs, one ring. If he wins his second ring, he's 1,000% in the top 10 for point guards. Now, when you're talking about all time, you look at the top 10 all time, each of them have multiple MVPs and multiple rings. So that's the criteria to get in the top 10. Multiple MVPs. Well, Kobe, probably the only guy in there that had him and Shaq. Him and Shaq probably the only two guys that had one MVP, but they're undisputedly.
Which is crazy, by the way.
Man, like especially Kobe, man. Like, how does Kobe only have one MVP?
Because Steve Nash was really good,
and he barely had that MVP in 2008. That was LeBron's year. That was LeBron's first coming out year.
LeBron was really good that year too.
So it's just the way the league goes, man. Nash definitely stole one from him, bro. Nash though, is he better than Steve Nash, Maul?
Because of the body of work, I wouldn't put him above Steve Nash right now. I wouldn't put SGA above Steve Nash.
It kind of just depends what you value out of your point guard, though.
Absolutely. That's what I'm
saying.
Like
if you want a scoring guard, then yeah, he's better than Steve Nash. But if you want a playmaking guard, he's nowhere close.
Right.
So it kind of just depends on your criteria.
And that's exactly why I don't look at him as a point guard. He's a gunner.
I would look at him as a two.
Me too.
Yeah. But I think
he's a two who just plays the point guard position.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even if you look at the twos all time, I think he still sneaks into that top 10 shooting guards of all time.
No doubt.
I also think that list is a lot easier to sneak onto.
Yeah, it is.
It's very top heavy for the two guards. Yeah.
Nope. Oh, SGA way better than Klay Thompson. Way better than Klay Thompson. Way better than Klay Thompson.
So he's in the top 10 for shooting guards.
Yeah.
But I think you think of guys that are like that low on the shooting guard list. Like, I feel like it's an easy list to sneak onto. You have the top, 5 that you would consider like the all-time guys. You have obviously the big 3 that's at the top, MJ, Kobe, and Wade. And then you have Harden right after with Iverson right after that. But then it sort of drops. That is where I feel like it's very gettable for him to get on that list.
Yeah. And SGA checks a lot of the boxes you look for in an NBA player, period. Right? He can score the ball. He can play make. He can facilitate a little bit. He's not a cone on defense. He's not great defensively, but he can kind of hold his own at some points in time.
He's a better off-ball defender.
He is. Oh, he is fantastic in the lanes. He is fantastic in the lanes.
I won't expect him to sit on a possession.
Averaging 32
points a game. He checks a lot of he performs in the playoffs as much as we've seen, even in the bubble. I understand, Kyson, your Rockets beat them, and I think it was 7 games, but he was really good in that series. And that was kind of his first playoff experience. And then he's only gotten better from there. He is a player that rises to the occasion. He is a player that performs, and you've seen it, and we've seen it before. And we've seen it so far this postseason, obviously not so much in game 1 of the conference finals, but we've seen him rise to a level in which he needs to be at in order for them to win a championship. And for that reason, again, he checks a lot of the boxes on being a top 10 point guard or a top 10 shooting guard of all time, wherever you put him. But I do think the top 10 player of all time is a joke, and I was kind of tired of seeing this, and so I'm glad we got to put it to bed. I'm glad we got to put.
Glad you got your clip.
Yeah. Thanks, Default.
Hey, Ma, did you Did you expect this out of him?
No, I will say I expected him to be really good. I expected him when they traded for him. It was funny. The first year, no, his rookie year, I picked him up and I was playing in a fantasy league, and I picked him up in a fantasy league, and he was really good. And I said, "Oh, this Shai Gilgeous or whatever, Gilgeous-Alexander." Like that's how like that. I didn't know his name. I didn't know which order his name or whatever it is, but I said he could be pretty good. And I was telling people, I was like, "Dog, look out for Oklahoma City. Like they might have somebody." But I didn't think it could be this, Kyson. I didn't think he could be this good and this dominant, might I say, in terms of just his scoring ability and his ability to go win basketball games at a high level and at the highest level. I didn't think it'd be this. So it's been fun to watch, though. It's been really, really cool to watch.
Gotta find my way to you.